and hi, welcome on the Friday show. Wait, I can hear myself, Papi. I think it's you. Can you still wear headphones? Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
No, I can't hear you and I can't hear myself.
Okay, I'll go back to headphones.
Yeah. So, guys, we are here on Friday as usual, talking about love, relationship, just human life, and we're teaching our Yiva AI agent how to be human. So then she could teach us, and she can educate us how to be more emotional, intelligent, more kind, more awesome, more cool, and of course earn more money. We hope so. So let me say hi to Starlordi. Starlordi, hi. You look
Hey,
amazing
hello.
grounds.
Oh,
Just
thank
like
you. It's this time
you
I brought in the green
know.
screen, so I got the background because we got a professional actor here today, so I got to make sure that I step up the game. But no, happy to be here and hello everybody. Thanks for joining. Sponsored by Eva, the online identity protocol that is teaching AI agents how to be human, which is the whole point of this show is to live stream with random people but to talk about from the perspective of dating and life and love and relationships, as Ira said, is teaching us all to be human. And yeah, let's get on to the guests, though. We got some great guys here, and I think we're gonna have some fun talking about love languages, personal life details, etc.
Exactly. Today our topic is love language. So tell me, what is Eva love language? Was it love language for AI
Her
agent?
love language is data. She needs data. I think she'll emerge with her own love language at some point, but I guess actually, if we were to say pick one, it'd be like words of affirmation because that's all she can get. No, you know.
Oh, yeah, yeah, for sure. And before, yes, I should tell you what kind of languages is it? Like what five
Yes,
languages
we should probably.
they
Yeah.
discovered? Guys, I need your help because I still don't understand nothing about these languages. I read all this information and everything, and I still have no idea how to use them. What is it? So first language is quality time. Second language is words of affirmation. Third language is gifts. Fourth is physical touch, and fifth is act of service. And this is all five languages they discovered. And Starlord, what is yours, by the way? Do you know this?
I think I love them all. I love giving and receiving them all. Depends on the person, but honestly, I think there's also probably way more quote love languages, but this is kind of like some categories that somebody made up for us to try to understand how we um like what kind of love we need, and I think even the concept of love languages in terms of there's a difference of giving and receiving, right? Like if you have a partner and you might be different in terms of what you need to feel loved and to give love. So for me, if I had to pick, I would say quality time. I think time is the most precious thing on the planet, and I'm very careful who I spend my time with. So if it's in a relationship situation, I definitely want it to be special. Special could be anything, by the way, just getting coffee or hanging out on the couch or whatever. But let's find out from our lovely guests what their love languages are, and also
Let's
let's get an intro from everybody
let's
and
go.
just get to know everyone.
And let me also remind to guys who watching us, I see viewers that you need to write your love language as well, and you need to repost this live stream to win our prize today. It's $50. You guys, please to repost too, because you know that we have no notifications for live stream. So if you can, hi Wiz, best love language is anime. Just saying, I know what kind of anime you like in. This is for sure best love language. I agree. Hi Troy. Hi Troy. We already like started playing guitars and everything music here. So hi Troy once again. Tell me about your love language.
My love language, let's see. I don't know. You know, I'm a deep guy, but I always see a funny. I see a funny twist in just about any situation. You know, I think humor is my love language. You know, I think humor would be
Ooh, banger. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah, that's
Look
a
at
good.
yeah.
that. Yeah.
What's that? Oh, me?
That's great.
Oh,
Yeah, you're awesome.
yeah. I mean, ever since I was a kid, you know, I was always very witty. You know, I find something in a moment, um, that I could go, oh, like at funerals, I don't know what it is, but like if I'm in line waiting to go up to the casket, I'm usually cracking up, not making fun of death, but just we're joking around at a funeral. But when I get to the casket, I'm bawling, and I find that. And I've been to a few funerals in my life where I've just found that very interesting to myself. Like I'm just cracking up over here, you know, quietly. I'm not trying to make jokes out loud, but you know, you're quietly talking with a friend. But then when I got to the casket and I saw the person that we're seeing, and I'm just crying. And I think that, you know, life turns on a dime like that, you know? And I think humor to me is like if you play the lottery and you have the ticket in your pocket, but you forgot about it and you know, this is just a scenario, and you decided to end your life and jump off of a building, let's say, you know, but the winning ticket is in your pocket. To me, that's humor. It's not like ha 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 humor, but it's just like this cosmic joke of life. You know what I mean? So that's where I kind of like look, you know. But yeah, I'd say it's humor. I've never really answered that question, but yeah, I would say it is.
That dude, that's so
Yeah,
amazing. Can I just share with you one
Yeah,
little
yeah.
thing that I happened to me that is tied to
Hey,
is
Mac.
once I was in is Matt, oh,
He's
Matt
just
joining?
turning
What's up,
this
brother?
going.
Uh I was in Singapore, and there was a random fortune teller guy sitting on the sidewalk, and I decided to sit down with him. And he gave me some of the best advice I ever got from relationships. Is he said for me that laughter is good luck, and that I should be around people who make me laugh, that we could laugh together, because then it'll bring more luck into my life. And so that is something I actually look for in relationships. So I think it's amazing that you are a very funny guy. So I could see why humor would be
Yeah,
an actual, it would be elevated to the point where it's a love language.
yeah.
It's not just like a feature, it's like it's the whole thing.
It's crazy. I don't want to take time away from Poppy and Showfees,
Yeah.
but you know, I was just saying this on a space the other day. I remember when I was like, I just always had this wit. I don't know where it came from. I wasn't writing these jokes down. I was never an actor when I was young. I was an actor. I started acting when I was 19. I was more into sports. I was terrific at it. I was, you know, looked at after colleges and all that stuff. But in seventh grade, I remember my science teacher, I had my feet on the desk. You know, it was just relaxing. I had my feet on the desk. He was like, you know, Troy, do you put your feet up like that at home? And I'm like, no, Mr. Peters, we don't have furniture like this at home. You know, it's just like, it's hilarious to me, you know, these quick-witted kind of things. So, but yeah, if I can be with somebody who's a funny person, it's just like, it's very attractive, you know?
yeah. What they did, why they didn't include this into these love languages? That's stupid. That's for real one of the best languages. And I understand you. You know, when I was a kid, I remember we watched a movie with my mom about some like airplane that crashed, something like this, and it was for me so funny. You know that they're dead. And I started to laugh, and my mom like screamed at me. You know, like what the hell are you doing?
Okay, I'll put it this way: if you're walking down, if you've been in life, and say whether you like guys or girls, and you're gay or straight, and somebody is like, you know, who doesn't like looking at a beautiful person? But some beautiful people are very, you know, like this, and you don't know if you can penetrate and see their humanity at all. But if you ever seen a beautiful woman crack a joke and you just met her, you've just now got into her soul past this beauty, and it just adds so much more to this physical thing that's probably going to wither away over time, right? But
Yeah.
like, so really, I really try to tap into humanity. It's not about getting the jokes out and seeing if they can joke, but it's like, knock knock, is there anybody in there? I'd rather see that, kind of thing. But yeah, anyway, I think I've taken too much time away from Poppy.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you're
Yeah.
doing great, Troy.
Let's
Can you guys hear me well now?
Yeah,
Yes,
bro.
perfectly, perfectly. Tell us about
No,
your love language.
no, you guys are taking all the juicy stuff. You left in me the bones, and I'm cool with that. When you're talking about joking and laughter and all the good ones there, but I just like plain. Well, there's a couple of them, but I gotta do one. So I just like to communicate that this process of just being open and honest and sharing your heart and confiding and feeling safe sharing things, right, without being judged or it being used as a weapon later on you. If we can communicate anything, I feel if you're in love with someone and that's your significant other, then you should be able to talk on levels without feeling judged or ashamed or like, oh, if I say this it's going to come back. So number one for me is just clear honest communication. I believe is paramount. People go to wars for lack of communication or miscommunication or misunderstanding. So if it's clear and we can talk about it, with a walk in the park or at the museum or on the picnic or something like this, just talk. I remember when I first met my wife, and I took her to the top of the mountains and took a little blanket there and had some finger food and some grapes and strawberries and things like that. And we just lay on the blanket. When you were young, you used to look up in the sky and then you see the clouds forming and you try to make different animals and shapes. And you just talk about it. And we must have spent, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours there. We thought it was like an hour and a half before the sun was going down. So, but all of that,
That's so sweet.
communication and stuff like that. That's just me. I go crazy if I don't know what my other partner is thinking. Like, tell me, I go nuts.
Yeah, absolutely understand you. Yeah. And Mina writing flowers are the best love language. And she receiving so many flowers from her husband, like almost daily, guys. I don't know how much you're spending money on your flowers and everything. Thank you for joining, dear. Yeah. Let me pass mic to Feast. I'm sorry, I will continue to call you Feast. Hi, how are you today?
I'm great. I feel good. I was taking a blender course before this and it was going well, so I'm calm. Um, I think my love language is probably comfort. I've never answered this question, so I was thinking about it a lot while you guys were passing the mic around, and I think that like I've only been in love once, and I think like
Oh my God.
my girlfriend at that time, like she really made me feel comfortable, and I think that's like a big aspect of a relationship is like how comfortable you feel around that person. And I think it's also a big aspect of like loving yourself, just being comfortable in your own skin and like being
Mhm.
understanding and compassionate with yourself. I think comfort goes a long way. So, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. That's like what I think is probably one of the most important aspects of love is just comfort.
Super agree with you. Yeah. Especially when you get older, you don't want discomfort anymore. You want just, hang out with people with who you're comfortable and that's it. And laugh once again. Like humor is super important. Yeah. Troy, I don't know if you're in relationship or not. Let me ask like this. I missed this part.
I'm not. I'm not in a relationship.
Okay. Okay.
There's when you're Troy, you don't need one. No, I'm not. And I got this hand and this. No, I'm kidding. No,
He always has a relationship with
I do.
himself, no
Hey, I
matter
put a
what.
drink on this one. There's a mop on this. No, um, no. I had one good relationship in my life that lasted about 9 years, and we're really good friends. And she's married now, and as the old as and it's been six. It's actually been. I'll be honest. It's been about 6 years since I've been in a relationship, and it's not because of pain or I'm not willing to. It's just there was so much value that I learned from this person that I'm not just gonna go on one night stands, and sure, that might be fun for a while, but like somebody's getting hurt out of that. You like one night stand, somebody might catch feelings, or you might catch feelings, and it is not
You're
reciprocated.
overthinking,
Yeah, yeah. You might think I'm overthinking, but the thing is that if the next woman I'm with is not like the last one or better, I don't want it, because she showed me like what true support and unconditional love was. Most people when they're young, they're being taught by other young people that scoring bitches or having sex that's like it's stacked.
Having sex is awful. I agree with you. It's awful, disgusting.
It's the worst thing on the planet.
I
Like,
mean,
who would ever want that? That's not why we're here, how we
sure,
evolved or
of course
survived.
I want it every day. I want it, I'll fuck a tree if it had legs and a heart, But the thing is, you little young crass people, is that when you're young, you don't know what you're doing. You're getting taught by other boys, like I said, and women are, back when I was growing up, girls were looking at magazines and being taught that,
when like, you're old, you know what to do, but you can't anymore.
Exactly. I mean, we're not looking at valued relationships right now. People are not into monogamy, and people are, they want to go out with you, but then they're cheating on you. And I think it's just because.
Okay, tell us. My next question, actually, and I want to say to guys into chat, we have some spots today because some girls decided to ghost in us. That's a real date. They feels like real date. So if you want to join us, even with just voice, please tell me. I will send you a link. You can jump and talk with us just with voice. Even if you are not prepared. Mina, if you want, come on. We need some girls' opinions. Yeah. So let me ask you, Troy, I will start with you then. Why you broke up with your previous girl then? Like, did you feel like you have different love languages?
I didn't look at it that way, but I just think that.
Look at that way.
What? Look at what way?
Love languages.
Oh, look at it that way. Sorry. Yeah, maybe. I mean, in the factual part of it was that, she was much younger than me. And I wasn't really looking for a relationship at the time. She's a tall woman, beautiful, but I wasn't really looking for a relationship. And we became friends for about 6 months. And then she told me she liked me. I was like, listen, I'm much older than you. And I'm not really, I was like, I've lived life, you should go experience life. And she's like, if what you mean is that I need to go sleep with a bunch of people to experience life, then that's you got the wrong person. I said, well, that's not really what I meant. But I was like, if you're really serious about this, let's give it a go. And so we gave it a go. And then we were in New York City. And then I wanted to move to LA because I've been in New York City for 20 years. And I said, I'm going out to LA. And she wanted to come with me. And when she was out here, she never found her footing. But she was very supportive of me, and she sort of got depressed, and it wasn't no blame to her, but like, in the last year we got into a rut, that you just get into a rut sometimes. You don't realize that you're in one, and by that time, and we were engaged to get married and stuff like that. So, but then she wanted to break up, and I was like, listen, if I wasn't happy, I'd want to be let go. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to make this very easy for you, because if I bring you down and drag you back down for another 6 months and nothing changes, I've just wasted another 6 months of your life. So, that was it. And now she's married. You know what I mean? She got married like 2 years later, and I'm happy for her. Like the relationship, whether you look at it as a failure, I don't look at it that way. It was a beautiful long pit stop of deep value that I have a par setting right now that if you're under it, it's just not going to work. It's not worth it for me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go on the dating apps and just like buy you some wine, go to dinner, and then like for what? I'm more into organic kind of meetings and stuff like that. I'm really into, like, until I met her, you're not friends usually with your relationships. So when you meet somebody, and it's most most people are chasing lust. And so they meet at a bar, they meet in school. They're like, yeah, they're very attracted to each other. So the first 2 months are like the honeymoon phase. But after that's over, you start resenting each other because all the signs in that honeymoon that you did not see are now showing and rearing its ugly head.
Yeah, the
So
first, like, red flag that you see at start, it will show at the end, like what hunger. Yeah,
I know a lot about relationships. Believe me, I kind of guide
but you
people.
don't have any for 6 years, you said.
Yeah. I haven't had a regular relationship in 6 years.
But you know a lot. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, of course,
I'm
if
joking.
if you have bad parents, right? If you have bad parents and you're a young kid and you have a friend and you go over to your friend's house and you realize they have good parents, you think, wow, there's good parents in the world.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm getting at? Like all the girls that I ever dated, they all came after me. I was very focused on what I had to do. I was into sports. I liked girls, but like it was very easy, and I was a good-looking guy. It was very easy in high school. My friend likes you. Who's your friend? Wow, she's beautiful. That's a dumb decision because that girl doesn't know what she's doing. The guy doesn't know what she's doing. And you get into a relationship, you're fumbling around, and by the time you get to college and you're outside of college, you're just in these like relationships that you think they're having value, but they're mostly based around drinking, drugs, and sexual culture. You can agree with me or disagree with me, but I'm telling you, most people would probably be like, I knew I shouldn't have done that. But they're glad they did because they touched the burning stove, right? They touched the burning stove so they know that they don't have to touch that stove again. I'll run circles around anybody about relationships. I'm telling you, but that's why we're having a discussion. And I have my reasons. So yeah.
Let me know other reasons for broken up or staying together. Fis, I'll send my mic to you. Tell us why you broke up, and was there a moment when you broke up with a girl because you of different love languages and all this stuff?
Yeah, I don't think it was different love languages. I think we were both just too young. Like, she actually like hit me up a couple years later. Like this is when I was like 19 and now I'm 25. So, I think we were both just kind of, young and stupid, and we were both a little bit like manipulative. And I think that's like a big no. Like the opposite of whatever my love language is probably like manipulation. Like if you use that other person or if you like try to use that other person and manipulate them to do things with your emotion because you know that they care, then like you're cooked. Like the whole
Fuck
thing is just cooked.
manipulators. Fuck manipulators. Yeah, I agree with
Yeah,
you.
and I'm not even gonna lie, like I feel like we were both doing it to each other. Like she would manipulate me, basically like she would manipulate me with her emotions because she knew that I wanted to keep her happy, and she would distance herself not because she felt some type of way, but because she wanted to use that to make me feel some type of way. And I was the same way. Like, dude, I broke up with her not knowing that I really wanted to break up with her, just basically to give her a sign like I'm done with this. You know what I mean? Like if something doesn't change, then I'm out. Anyways, we ended up breaking up, and then she tried to come back and go out with me again like 3 or 4 years later, and I was like, look, like I'm down to give it a shot, but I'm not having high hopes for this because I think it was just so toxic when we were younger. And I think we both kind of just agreed to not take it there. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's why we broke up.
when you broken up once, like I don't believe in reconnection and everything because it's like not working never. But yeah, why you not falling in love with someone now? You hate sex like Troy?
No, I honestly just kind of I feel like
I'm
I haven't found like the one yet. Like in terms of actual dating, like I learned from my past experiences, um like how I want to approach love and dating, and like I'm not trying to just date somebody because, we went on a date or we hooked up or we like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to date somebody because of that. Like, I want it to be like, I know the person through and through, and we only start dating when it's like things are really like understood between us, and like there's a clear mutual sort of like understanding of each other there. So I don't know. I feel like I take it so seriously, and a lot of people don't really want to go there. Like it's not really like especially at this age, it's kind of like you hook up with people and you start kind of hanging out and like getting more familiar, but like if it doesn't go deeper than that, then like I don't know. So kind of like a weird answer, but
No, good answer, good answer.
That's a good answer. It's honest. It kind of makes me think about like the thing about these love languages, which is like our topic kind of or our theme for the day. It's like really what it's saying is like how well do we know ourselves at the end of the day? Like what do we know about
bro,
our own needs, And I think we're all expressing different ways we've experienced love that reveals that to you, right? Like what you can or can't accept. That's nice.
dude, that's so facts. Like it is a game of like how much you love yourself, and how much you know yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I
But mhm,
actually, yeah,
go,
no,
go,
go ahead.
go.
I'll just finish it. I'm just gonna say this is my theory on love now. This is actually my
Oh,
theory
let's
on everything
go. Some
for
wisdom.
existence is that we are here to not just exist, but to love and be loved, right? But what does love mean? So for me, my definition now is to love something is to know something. And to be loved is to be known, right? Because at the end of the day, we just want to be seen for who we really are, and then we want to see our partners for who they really are, and hopefully that matches together. So I think all humans are deepest desire, we're all like Tinkerbell. Like we need to know we exist, like, and that's by being seen, and seeing others. And so I truly believe that that's the meaning of love for me, at least, is like to know others and be known. And so what you're talking about is all along those lines, because if we don't know ourselves, we can never love ourselves. We could never, if we don't know another person, how could we love them? Because we don't know
But
who they
people
are,
Yeah,
change all the
dude.
as a
time, and you changing all the time.
so it's a constant process
Yeah,
of knowing each other, right? Like every day you're getting to know each other over and over again.
yeah.
I don't know why my camera
I
keeps
But
love I
tilting.
love this premise,
Anyways,
Star Lordy. I love this premise. Getting to know someone
passing
thank
is
you.
mic to someone who actually
yes.
has the relationship and right to talk about this, probably.
Oh, gee.
I mean, listen, that's very. I'm sorry, Ira. You're a nice girl, but like, it's very short-sighted of you to joke about that in a way, because like, I'll fuck the shit out of like somebody, of course, and like a lot of people don't know how to make love. They're not ready. They haven't been taught. I'm telling you, like, they don't know what they're doing, right? And it's not just about like having sex to have a relationship because you like sex. You know what I mean? It goes much deeper than that. I'm telling you right now, if you focus on lust, right, rather than somebody who supports you, who's loyal to you, who like has your back, it'd be a more sure bet to go with that person where love can develop and looks might be a second thing than to go after lust. That I will tell you. That's a fact.
Agree
That's
with you.
deep. That's
But
very
but, no,
deep.
but you seem to have a mouth on you today, so please,
Very deep.
I'm ready to
Ira,
argue with you.
Ira, if you don't mind, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Okay,
Yeah,
go for it. Yeah.
If you don't mind. I wrote this song when me and my wife was getting ready to get serious, and it's fitting. What am I longing for? If it's not you, baby, what am I longing for? If it's not you, baby, What am I longing for if it's not you, baby? Nobody else will do. I've been searching such a long time, trying to find love and some peace of mind. But all life dealt me was a temporary fling, vain fulfillments, empty promises. Since I found you, baby, my life is made whole. No more running after the riches, false promises, or the gold. I just thought I'd do a little intermission right there and put out one more of my love languages for you
Yay!
guys.
Nice. That was
Cool.
beautiful.
I
Thank you,
think we
thank
need
you.
to have music pause on every live stream, by the way. I think it's super cool.
I love it.
But
What's the next
next
topic?
question is to you, maybe. So, yeah, had you broke up with a girl because of different love languages, and immediately asking you which love language is the hardest for you to express?
I think I think have as part of a breakup, I think, yeah, the love language or the need for a certain type of love on either side has certainly happened. Even the concept of love language is just like a new thing that people are talking about, right? As we're trying to understand ourselves in relationships. I have noticed that there are certain types of love languages that maybe doesn't fit with my lifestyle as well. I don't know what love language it is when a girl needs to be with you 24/7, like all the time,
That's crazy love,
or a
crazy love.
person, like I need my own time, to be honest. And also I'm just always focused on my career, to be honest, which creates those limitations. So I feel like that's been always been a natural challenge. But again, that's why I've learned to really appreciate quality time. So I learned that if I don't have a lot of time with people, I should really appreciate it. So I think it comes down to people being able to accept that and being okay with it. And people have not been in the past. But what was the second part of the
Uh,
question?
which
Um,
love language is the hardest to
oh,
express?
did you get what are the love languages again?
The
Humor?
hardest for you to express. You
Oh, the heart.
a
I know,
lot,
but what are the?
right?
I forgot what they all are. Um, I don't know. I forgot. Can you refresh me on what the different languages are?
Quality time, words of affirmation, gifts, physical touch, act of service. I can tell for me, for example, it's act of service 100% because I don't have empathy sometimes, if person's sick, for example, like I don't believe that they are sick for some reason. My brain,
She just splashes
yeah, I'm
water
like,
on them.
I
She's like,
don't
"Get up, get up."
yeah, and yeah, like to I remember I actually broke up with guy because we had like different love languages, because for me it was super important to talk with each other. For me it's super important to talk with my friends, with everyone, and travel also together to experience new emotions and then talk about this. So for him, love language was like act of service. and I can't appreciate even it, you know, when person like cooking for you. Like for me it's like mean nothing. Today I made a post where a guy like, for me love language is to cook for a person, and I know that for me it's not important at all. I never cook for myself, I never do this for myself. Like sometimes I do, but for me it's like not important. And I remember we like argued like almost every day back then. And I told him like, for me it's very important to talk, I can't without talking. It's important for me, like Papi said, right, to express what you feel, what you think, and for me this is important. So we finished our conversation, and next day he cooked breakfast for us, and I'm like sitting there, and I'm like, for me it's not important, please just talk with me, I don't need breakfast. So at the end it didn't work. So that's an
Mm.
example. You can say your.
I think the hardest for me, in a weird way, even though I said I like quality time, I admit that maybe I like it because that's the hardest one to give. Because in terms of, again, the amount of time that I have and stuff, and then if I'm being really honest, like I'm distracted a lot of times. You know what I mean? Like I'm in my head, I'm just thinking about work. Sometimes,
Yeah.
and I think that's a problem. So maybe that would be my answer. But I'll be honest, I really like it. Again, I like giving whatever is my partner enjoys, like even gifts, like thoughtful gifts. Handmade gifts are nice, like that kind of stuff. But
Okay.
what about you guys?
If I
Mm,
can jump in here, what Ira
Yeah.
was saying, about the breakfast, and I saw in the comments there, she reflects, uh, she reflects that Ira, a man cooking is hot, and so it depends. I know some women would go crazy if they find a man to cook. So it depends on your preference there. I believe it's hot, and you can see in the chat there. And I know some women from listening to some of their conversations. If they man cook, okay, let me just talk about my wife. Like when I cook, she goes crazy. And let me tell you something else. When I clean the dishes and everything is clean, oh my god. Yeah, she just loves me even more. She just hugs me and she'll like, oh my god, you had something, you cooked, you cleaned right there. And we didn't communicate this, but the communication was in that I know that she was studying hard or she worked hard or she was pushing the last 3 4 days. So I know that if there's one last thing that she needs to do, even without us communicating
Hi. I
about
don't
it.
know why I can't hear anything. Can you hear me?
Oh,
we
we can
can
hear
hear
you. Yep.
you,
Yes, we
but
can hear you. Yeah.
Welcome.
sorry,
Sorry, can you
yeah,
finish that
sorry.
thought, Poppy?
Can
Welcome,
can you,
Ginger.
Ginger? Can you hear now? Yeah. So but I believe the
Can you guys
unspoken
hear me?
communication,
I
right?
don't know.
Yes, we can
We
hear you.
can hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear us? You
Okay,
can't
let
hear
me
us?
help her.
I'm
Oh,
She's
so
okay.
still
She's
sorry,
back.
but
waiting.
Finish that thought though. You're on a
Yeah,
roll
yeah.
there.
So it depends. So in Ira's case, then it would be important for her partner to say, hey, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking about, do you feel like some breakfast? Because I don't mind making some. So if he posed the question in her case, now he would have to understand, you have to understand your person. So, by communicating with her, he's like, hey, I feel like making some breakfast. I don't mind. Would you like? And she would say, oh, I'm not hungry, but you can go ahead. But she said, oh my God, would you? I'd appreciate that so much. And then he can go. Now she can appreciate it because he brought up the topic. Yeah. So in her case, but that would come from spending time with her and certain things that she don't like, picking up on it, reading body language, reading and making notes. I believe all these things depend. But to Troy's point, we also have to look at the era that we're living in, right? Like back in the day, courtship and getting to meet parents, all of these were the norm. You gotta meet them, the friends. Now you don't need permission, you don't need, it's more like going into the grocery store and going down the cereal aisle, and there's 1,000 cereal boxes there. Which one do I like? And so because of the times that we're living in, I believe some of us, we have to adjust, right? In my case, thank God, I'm wrapped, sealed, tied up, tangled up. But if I were to do it again, then I would like most of what the five love languages that Ira. I'm in touch with all of them, but I would also learn my person, read them, see what they like, ask them. We can't read minds, and I believe, like I said, back to communication again, and that would have worked well with Ira with the breakfast had he just asked.
Perfectly said. Yeah.
Perfect.
Let me ask you.
Awesome.
We'll go to sections, and then I pass mic to Ginger Girl. What about words and affirmation? Words of affirmation. Sorry. What phrase said to you have you remembered for life?
Oh, that's a good question. That's actually a good question. Um,
From your partner.
there's okay, this is a weird one, but I really liked it at the time. Is so growing up, I never really liked my name, Henry. I always thought it was like didn't fit me, you know? But then also like if I tried to imagine what other name I would want, I couldn't think of another name, you know? And then once I met a girl and she said to me, she said, "You look like a man without a name." And I was
Mm.
like, holy shit, did she just like read my soul? Like, how did you, what would make you want to say that, you know? And it was a girl that I got into a very deep relationship with, but it was just so funny that she would say that without me, prompting it at all, So I think that was that one stuck out. When you asked that question, that was the first thing that
Oh, that's
popped
so
in my head.
cool. Why you broke up? She sounds like the perfect girl.
Uh No, yeah, there was. I mean, that one I'm not going to go into, but she was definitely amazing.
What did you
But
do
yeah,
wrong? Why you lost? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
that one I don't think I did much wrong actually. I think it was distance and other factors, and also I think we were young, but no, still have very fond memories of that time. What about you guys? And
Let's
what's up,
pass back to Ginger
Ginger
Hi
Girl?
guys, I'm
Girl.
so
Actually,
Hi.
sorry I'm
Tell
late,
me
but
yeah,
better late than
welcome.
never.
what is,
Of course, yeah.
where are
Thanks
you
for
right
joining.
now?
I'm actually in the Hamptons for the Labor Day weekend.
Mm.
And I'm so
Oh,
happy to see that we have so many guys today on the show. Like it's very
yeah.
rare. It's amazing.
We got some charming
Yeah,
guys here and
absolutely.
funny guys too. And charming and funny at the
Awesome,
same
guys.
time.
You're
Yeah.
selling it well.
Troy.
Is this a
So tell
live
us
dating show or
Anyways.
something?
We're just enjoying it. But yeah, what about you? First of all, actually, why don't you introduce yourself real quick for everyone,
Yeah.
and then
Hi.
we want to hear what your love language
Oh,
is.
okay. Oh, that's cool. Hi everybody. I'm Evie, also known as Ginger Girl, and I'm very much in the prediction market space, and I'm actually building a betting platform for in-house live streamed dating shows. So that's what I'm building right now. And my love language, actually, I thought about this on the way here because they're the typical 5 love languages that everybody, knows. But if ever like there was a guy that asked me like, "What's your love language?" I always tell them the same thing, and it's details. I love when people remember details. And I don't know like really how to categorize that in the 5 like love languages that we have, but for me it's just so important if I say something small like, "Oh, I like my coffee with oat milk," or, "Oh, I actually really like this artist." That they will put it like in 2 weeks they will play this artist or bring me a coffee with that, like my order. And just attention to details when people listen, I guess it's like it's so hot when people listen. Can we just agree to that? So yeah, that's my love language.
Actually, we're creating new love languages,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
my
I
favorite part of
love
the
it.
show so far. Troy mentioned humor
Yeah,
actually as a love language, and I was like,
yeah,
how come nobody said that
Yeah,
ever to
that's
me
Yeah, I don't
smart.
before?
think
Like,
there are just like 5 love languages. Actually had a discussion about this with a friend recently, and he was like, "What do you mean all of them?" I'm like, he's like, "Why would I want to be in a relationship where I only get like one of these languages?" Like, yeah, sure, maybe like and I was explaining it to him and I was like, like some people it's more important for them like physical touch. For some people they
yeah,
understand like gifts better. But in reality, if you want to build a healthy relationship, it has to have the aspect of every single love language and beyond, like humor or details like for me.
absolutely.
Also,
I
I love my
agree.
hat. It says "Love is not enough." That's a topic for another day.
Ginger, you said attention to detail, and those words when you use them, Are you any affiliated with any military or have military people in your family? Attention to
Not that
detail.
I know
or,
of.
or are you just OCD?
No, I'm actually very much not OCD. It's just for
Nice.
me, it's really important that, like we yap so much information is going and flowing every
Hmm.
single day. And I just like realize that people like say like, oh, this is my favorite artist. They will say like, oh, this is my favorite. Like people just like ramble all the time. But for
Hmm.
me, if I say something and it's really important for me and people remember it, it's like I know you listen and you care. So that's really
Right,
important. Yeah.
right. That's fair. That's
Okay,
fair.
let me ask.
I never met a girl who didn't like a gift that was tied to something about them personal that they didn't have to explain,
And
you
also
know,
they say
like it
like
just
guys
like
don't like recognize details. Like there's like this,
that's
everybody's
also
That's
talking about
true.
like
You
guys
got a
true.
never
They
pay
see
unicorn if you have
attention.
everything
somebody
on
paying attention to.
spots. Like I believe like they can't see like picture in details. They see some spots on the,
Yeah, no, like
in your
always
clothes
guys
and everything.
they would always tell me
That's
like
actually kind of accurate. That's kind of
yeah,
accurate.
they just don't do
What I've
they
kind
just
of
not
picked
go with
up on
details.
that, what I've kind of picked up on, guys, like you said, guys, we're so logical. We like to go straight
No one
down,
said
you
you're
know,
logical.
and we just go we just go straight to it. And what we're picking up on our side of the conversation there is that sometimes the attention to detail I love, and I love what you said there, Ginger Girl. If somebody really noticed something and remember and then activate and be proactive about it, that I love that. The part where the guys I think miss out is where that communication part that I talked about, one of my top love languages, communication, and me and Eric talked about communication, right? You guys are expecting us to read your minds sometimes, I believe, a little too much. And we're not like that. We're like, hey, tell me what you want to do, and I'll do it. My wife, if we go to the mall or something like that, she will go by that jewelry store and she'll do something, sashay around, and she'll be like, "Hey, man, look at that bracelet. That is one beautiful bracelet," and she'll just sashay off and go that way. It's for me to pick up that was a hint that if you wanted to buy that bracelet
But you
and then
did notice it if you're
surprise
bringing
me
it up.
and don't tell me, then I'll act like, oh my god, you just did such. But those are the type of things that I pick up on. And of like I said with Ira, there's so many more. Like we could stretch this to 10 love languages very easily. TLC is one of my big ones: tender love and care. Be aware when somebody is having a hard day, they're not feeling so up to it, they're not feeling well, they have a headache, and then here you come.
Wait,
So that tender love and care, that compassion there, that the sensitivity to that, it's so much.
you know what? You just gave me an insight because we're kind of doing the conversation about men are from Mars and women are from Venus, right? Like we're just built different. And I just realized the secret hack for any man that's confused is everything a girl says is a hint. Just assume whatever they're saying, if you're paying attention, there's a hint somewhere there for something in the future.
Oh,
That's
by
what
the way, I
that's what I'm
can't
gonna
give
take away from it.
hints and I don't understand hints. And sometimes I think like guy hating me, but then he like, oh, I really liked you. And I'm like, what? If you don't tell me something directly, I don't understand this. And I myself, if I mean something, I will tell like directly. Sometimes too much directly, but yeah. By the way, Papi, you said about
Nice.
details and everything, and I wonder what every day's wait, I lost this question, but it was really interesting for me. What small everyday things show you love, that someone loves you?
Sorry about that. Had myself on mute there.
Mhm.
Small everyday things to let someone in. Okay, so again, we're going into categories. So if you're in a relationship where you're living together, right? That's a different from if you're seeing this person every other day or you're just dating. But in a marriage, like I'm in a marriage, so the small everyday thing would you would come back to your affirmation when you wake up before you go to bed. I love you. Sleep well, or did you have a good night rest, and of course that kiss. So it's, yeah, that's a daily thing. reassuring, comforting, even the hug when they come home. You embrace and you hug and you mean it. So yeah, it's a lot there that can be done without even having to think about it, because when you love someone, it comes out naturally. Think about, and I don't want to say this, and please, nobody get on me in there for saying this. We love our pets with such unconditional fervor, right? We can all agree. And if the pet do something wrong, we just hug the pet and we forgive the pet and we just clean the pet, whatever. Makes a mess, knock everything over, poop somewhere, you bad dog, da 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 da, and we go right back into it. So if we can treat each other with this level of unforgiveness and unconditional, and just come back to, hey, I love you. So that thing that we just had a little disagreement about, forget about that, right? Let's go back into the love part of it, because that thing is just part of life.
Can
And
I
you can
say
learn a
something?
lot from pets
Okay.
there. Mhm.
I love your theory about pets, but then again, think about this. Would a pet ever like be angry at you? Would a pet ever like, go to the other corner of the room and be like, I don't want to talk to you? A
Oh, I
pet would
hate people who don't want
yeah.
to talk.
A,
Oh my
the
God, they
reason
can
why
be
yeah.
silent.
The
Oh
reason
my
why
God, you
people
don't know
act
my
this
pet.
way.
Milo, this he will growl at me if I take a bone that we got him. This guy, he would turn his back on us when we're leaving the house. You're like, oh, I know, I see you all dressed. I know what's going on. So you know what? I'm just gonna go upstairs. I'm not gonna walk you to the door. He can get so on. You're leaving me again. You know what? When you come back, I'm gonna pee somewhere. I'm gonna show you. Don't you ever leave me? No, that's why I was saying I don't
You,
want to
you
use the
know,
pet
I,
and get it misconstrued. But that type of unconditional love is
yeah,
what I
yeah, yeah.
meant.
I think the idea of unconditional love and bringing more love and compassion in a relationship is the key I'm taking away from there, because also I do think in relationships, love. This might be controversial too, but on the flip side, I don't know if, aside from family love, I don't know if any love is unconditional, because if I love someone with all my heart and I give them everything and then they just like cheated on me, right? Like let's say they just did it repeatedly, that love is gonna go away. There's a condition, you know what I mean? The condition is don't fuck me over, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not a condition that you set up with your pets, right? Like you don't buy a puppy and you're like, don't fuck me over, dog. Like, like I'm gonna
Otherwise,
clean up your shit and walk you, you know? Yeah, otherwise you're going to the fucking back in the pound or something, right? Like I think that's why it is hard to make that analogy. However, I am bringing it back to say I do agree that at the end of the day, if you're in a relationship and you're trying to make it work, lead from compassion and trying to find that unconditional love. Because I do think even if somebody screws you over or hurts you, if you really love them, there's something that you can acknowledge as the love, but maybe they're not the right person if they don't follow the conditions as well. You know, like it's hard to um you know, like it kind of goes back a little bit to what Turk was saying earlier, is like it's not just about sex, it's about what's deeper than that, what's the spiritual connection, like what's the stuff that makes it stick, you know, and that stuff to me is conditional. I don't know, I might be wrong though, but it's just another
do
data
we
point.
have unlimited love in us? Do you guys think that?
Guys, let me remind to guys,
I think so.
viewers who watching us right now, please repost this live stream. That's how you can win $50. And I believe like today is such a loaded day because tomorrow, no, in the Monday it's September 1st. Everyone go to school and everything. So yeah, we don't have like much viewers today and guys, but we really appreciate you and want you to win $50. So don't forget to repost it, and in Eva tokens, of course. And I wanted to add here very quickly that I have a dog and I walk with her like every day and everything, and I see how my dog react differently on different dogs, and sometimes they like each other without reason, and sometimes they just dislike each other without any reason. That's what I understand about human relationship as well. Sometimes you like someone and sometimes you just don't and can't get along with someone, and that's fine. It's something inside the nature and you can't fix it. So so better to stuck with someone who you like, and it's working, like, from the first communication, than trying to change something in communication that doesn't work from the start. So I don't know, that's my opinion. But let me pass mic to Troy, actually, and ask him, like, move to the section with gifts. And I'm wondering, what gift do you consider the most memorable for you, and how it's important for you? Or you can add, like, any point of view.
Oh, that's a good question. I so for like birthdays, I would always, because I'm a writer for like 32 years,
Oh, wow.
and you know, and I would, if I write a birthday card, it's like I'm writing like a poem or some beautiful thoughts. I'm not just buying a card that says what the card says and anything like that, and just tagging on happy birthday, Troy or whatever. But man, I mean, I've lived a long time, so I'm just trying to go through the Rolodex of my life. Fuck. Yeah, one time I wrote this because I used to be back in the early '90s, when I was first starting music, I was into hip hop. I was a signed artist, back in the early '90s in New York City, and I used to battle at in clubs, at rap battles and stuff like that. So so I used to take my lyricism skills and I wrote this beautiful hip hop song for this woman, and I got some like beautiful like silver paper, and I printed the lyrics on that, and I framed it, and I packaged that, and I sent it to that on a CD as well, so she had that kind of thing. But it was all about her life and Star-Lord eating ramen or something like that. I'm kidding. But yeah, man, it's here's the other thing though, like everybody's experience is different, and it's about like, was this gift worth giving? Like, to put that much energy into it, it was to my last girlfriend, or my last fiance, because in my experience in my life, I said, I've never chased women and I've never chased money. It organically just came to me, kind of thing. But all those women, they cheated on me. High school is a different thing. College is a different animal. I don't really blame them. It's just, I didn't know that was part of the deal, right? So when I met, when my daughter was born in 2000, when I broke up with the mother when she was 9 months old, the mother, I just didn't trust her.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was 3 weeks before 9/11. I lived in New York City. I was down in Mulberry Street. I saw the buildings fall, all that kind of stuff. So like my world came crumbling down because I decided I didn't want to be with this woman anymore. I didn't trust her. She drank a lot, and she was absolutely beautiful, but she just was very flirtatious, and she cheated on me a couple times. And I'm like, I didn't know this was part of the deal. You came out, you dragged me over, and I'm like, I'm committed. But I didn't know this was part of the partnership, because it's not a partnership when you step out of partnership. It's a ship. There's a hole in it now. That's why they call it a ship, right? So I broke up with her, and I didn't, I went out with a couple of girls about 6 months later, and I went out with them a couple times. These were separate incidences. I wasn't like double dating. I just was like, and things were going well. And out on the third date, I was like, listen, I just want to let you know I have a 1-year-old daughter. And they ghosted me. And it usually happens to the female who has a kid, but it doesn't usually happen to the man who has a kid. But they didn't, I wasn't asking them to do anything special. I just wanted to let you know I have a kid. I'm an honest guy. Why hide that, And so they ghosted me. I had a decision to make. I was like, and I have a point to all this, is that, do I need romance, or do I need to be this kid's father? Like if I'm splitting the line, then it's like if you have mixed plan, you get mixed results. It's a mathematical fact. And so I decided I didn't date for 10 years. You said you were joking about 6 years. I didn't date for 10 years before I met that other girl. And I'm telling you that when my daughter moved when she was 11 to Long Island, I was working at this bar, and then I met that girl. We became friends. 6 months later, we're in a relationship. 2 months in, we're watching a Ryan Gosling movie. Okay, this is important. And I'm sitting on the bed. We're lying on the bed. We're watching this movie. He's beautiful. You know, Ryan Gosling, his body looks like like an engine. You put a marble on it, find its way to his fucking navel. You know, he's a good looking guy. And she kind of grunted. She was like, oh, kind of thing. And I got triggered because I was cheated on. I'm not a jealous guy, but I was cheated on by these other women who dragged me over in high school, whatever, that, like, Troy, do you want to go out? I'm like, oh, okay, sure, whatever. And I was triggered by the past. So I paused the movie, and I was kind of being like a dick, and I was like, she's like, what's going on? I said, if Ryan Gosling was knocking on the door right now, what would you do? And she's like, what? And I asked her again. She goes, first of all, and she was never like, the difference in this woman that I've met versus any other woman I've ever met is that she never made me pay with emotional guilt or charge me with like emotional crimes. She never nagged me. She was very supportive. She was a nutritionist. She was never annoying, very calm, brought a lot of calmness to my life. I'm a very energetic guy. So she goes, first of all, that's never going to happen. Second of all, he's super famous. I'll probably never meet him. And she goes, and I don't know what's going on here, but whatever this is old shit, and it has nothing to do with me. And as soon as she said that, she delivered those messages without any vexation. And my past history just washed out of my body. And I unpaused the movie, and a smile grew across my face. And we had 9 years of a great relationship. And of course, it ended, but things end, right? So she was worth giving things, not to like buy her things to get affection from her. I trusted her. I didn't trust these other people. So that's what I mean. Why I haven't dated anybody in 6 years. I'm not afraid. I'm one of the most fearless people you'll ever fucking meet in your life. Starloading knows me really well. Anybody who knows me knows I only respond to value, especially after this woman. You know what I mean? So that was worth it to me. So any gifts that I ever gave to her were just out of like, it was worth it, So to remember the details of the one I told you about was that hip hop song, but there's probably many, many more. It's just been 6 years. I don't really think about her that way anymore, but I do cherish it. I mean, we were friends a week after we broke up. I told you, like, if you're not happy, you want to be let go. And that's what I did. I told her that. And she was even mad that I didn't beg her back, even though she wanted to break up. Can you understand the concept of humanity when they're not happy, but they still want you to fight for them?
Yeah, I heard recently, like, better I will see you with me, but unhappy than with someone else, but happy,
Yeah. So like,
Sure. That's beautiful,
bro,
Troy.
like, dude, and one of the best things, I mean, I quote the things that she says on Twitter Spaces all the time. She has no idea I'm doing it. And if I told her, she'd probably be really happy about it. She said valuable stuff.
Dude, Troy, there's so many nuggets of wisdom in there. Really beautiful story, actually. I appreciate you.
We went to a bar here in LA. I don't drink anymore. After when we broke up, I decided I'm not going to drink. I'm not going to date. I'm just going to build my wealth. And that's exactly what I did. And then a week later, I made $1 million. Like that I don't care about the money, but the fact is like, that would have changed our lives. But it was just like, when you let go and you have a mixed plan, you get mixed results. So I didn't have a mixed plan. I had a very direct plan, and it was never in pain. It was like, I saw what good value is. And I'm not in the romance business. I'm not in when dating apps came out, I was with her. I had no interest in it. I tried the dating apps a couple times. It's just like, what am I going to tell you? 6 fucking things. You don't like one of them and the date's over? Get the fuck out of here. Like I'm not mad at you, but like, I understand that it can work for some people, but I'm into organics, man. I'm into, like, you can never push a wet spaghetti noodle into a tiny hole very easily, but you can pull it towards you in a straight line. And that's how I use my energy. I'm not a cup of tea for everybody. I'm not here to catch all the ones. I'm here to catch the right ones for me and the right ones in turn I'm the right one for
Who
them,
do you
right?
think the right one for you? How you imagine your relationship and for what you need, like not need. I know that you
Yeah,
don't like this word, but
yeah.
yeah, for what you would like to have a relationship right now in your life.
It's, I mean, listen, obviously, I'm very attracted to women, but it can't stop there. Like the women I've met in the last 6 years, there's a lot of women who like me. There's a lot. When I go to meetups, it's very difficult for me because I have a choice to make. Either I'm going to be an adult about it, and the woman has to be an adult, and they're coming back to my meetup in Venice for 3 years. If I have coital relations with that woman and it doesn't work out, chances are that woman is not coming back to that meetup where she could meet 100 other motherfuckers that she could possibly build something with. You understand? Most people are shitting where they eat, and I have values. You know what I mean? This ain't high school to me anymore. I've never been a part of I love Jerry Maguire, but the whole Hollywoodized "you complete me" bullshit is fucking fabricated. I don't
Sure.
think
If I can jump in there, if you don't mind,
go ahead,
if I could
bro.
jump in,
Let's go.
you mentioned a lot right there, and there's a lot to gain from what you said and apply and avoid or use as insight. One of the things that one of the premises I have, if you look at my profile, I'm very transparent. When I decided I wanted to go the distance with the significant other, I realized that in my own capacity, I truly don't even know the depth of what love is. And so what I did was I humbled myself. I'm a biblical individual. And I read where it says, I believe it's John 8 or something, that we know not love, for we know not God, for God is love. So once I grasped that, I said, wait a
Amen.
minute. If God is love, then what I need is to invite the premise of love into my heart. And out of that love, the one that loves us so much, then I will be able to now give that to the person I'm seeking to love. And then once I got into that relationship, what I found out is okay, now that you have the premise and the concept and the theory of love, how do you apply this love? Right? And so that's where this, love is not something that you boast about, you brag about. It's not abusive. It's a growth process. And then what I learned out of that, you have to choose it, and it has to choose you. This mutual commitment and choosing. When you go on your first date with someone, it's fascinating to me that people go pick out a house, they go pick out a car, they know everything they want, even the blockchain that we work on. But when we go, we meet someone that we want to spend quality time with and share and have a journey, a companion. We go there empty handed. We don't know what we really want. And that's where I think we're supposed to be needing that dough. Hey, not to be harsh and first, second date, and we just get to talk, communicate again. What it is you're looking for, and see if we have this compatibility. And I think sometimes we just bypass that and get right into the chemistry of everything and gets blurred up. But my premise is if that you can come from a place higher than yourself to be able to get some guidance in there, because
Yeah,
truly we don't know.
yeah. I was about to. Really quickly, when I was with her, we went up to this awesome like speakeasy bar years ago, and I think in that because I didn't date for 10 years, I had time to think, and she naturally just came into my life, right? And we were friends first, so we built like support and trust. The last thing I was thinking about was trying to date this woman. I was trying to help her date somebody that was her age. I was like, you should date that guy, you guys. And she was like, no, I like you. And I was fucking bowled
How
over.
much years she was younger?
She was 13 years younger than me.
13?
13, yeah.
13 years old?
13
No, she was.
younger.
They had an
than me.
age gap of 13
Oh
years.
my God. Oh my God. Thank God.
Uh, all right. So we were at a bar, and this man who was not trying to, he asked me a question. He was talking to us, and he asked me, why do you love her? And I was like, because she makes me feel good. And he goes, but why do you love her? And I just kept I didn't think he heard me. And I kept saying, because she makes me feel good, like the thing. And he kept asking me, why do you love her? And I said, oh my God, I finally get it. Like, I know why I love her, but I'm answering it in a way because I enjoy being around her. But it isn't about me. It's about, like, he was asking me, name things that you love about her. So I was like, oh, and I was like, and this is like 5 years into our relationship, that this whole thing was her coming into my life. She put health into my life, spirituality. She was learning from a guru, so I was getting all that information. I was always open to learn. Like, have great relationships with my mom, my daughter. My daughter lived next door to me for 8 years. She just moved 2 months ago because she's working at the hospital in Santa Monica now, so she wanted to be closer. But I never controlled my daughter. Like, I let her live her life. I was firm when I needed to be, and I was funny when I needed to be, but I was never trying to be her best friend, right? Because most people in life are projecting their shortcomings onto their loved ones, and that's no way to lead at all. I told my daughter, I don't have it all figured out, but I never did it out of neediness. But she saw a human being underneath here. So what happens? Her shoulders relax, and she's relinquishing information about her life because she trusts her dad. I have the same relationship with my mom, right? And I have the same relationship with all my friends. I don't pretend that I know everything, even though I'm a very smart individual and super funny and very successful here in Hollywood. But that doesn't mean shit. Those are just accolades that I accomplished. Today is the day. I'm only as good as the last thing I've been on. But the point is that my relationship with that last woman was a whole growth process. And I really wanted her to be happy so she can get to where she's going. Now she's fucking married. I'm very fucking happy for her. She'll always love me. I'll always love her. It doesn't mean I need to be in a house with her. I'll be in a house with somebody else one day if that needs to happen, right? But I'm not in this, like, I need to find love because sex is so something I want so much that it supersedes getting to know somebody, right?
But still, if you use the dating apps and everything, you still like want relationship. So what kind of relationship?
I only used it a couple of times, it didn't work out. I'm not good at it. My brother's very good at it. I don't want to be like my brother because I think he might be a little bit of addicted to it. You know what? I don't want to be like that. You know what I mean?
What's a relationship, like perfect relationship in your head?
Like I said, it's got to be like the last one or better. I don't care if she's 2'9", has one leg. Like, I'm joking, but like, it's like, once you've been shown something good, why do you go for second best? Like, that's what was good. Like, if you had a bad dad, my dad used to beat the shit out of me.
If you will say it to your next girlfriend, she will hate you.
Well, I wouldn't say that to her. I would. I'm telling 4 strangers on a plane right now. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't a dating site for me. This is here to have real fucking talk, right? But if I were in a relationship, I would probably move forward if I saw signs. I'm not looking for beauty necessarily. I'm looking for somebody who is gonna act like when somebody gets in a relationship with you and they start feeling like they own you, and you start becoming scared of them, that isn't healthy. Where were they before they met you? And now they have ownership over you? Like, this is what I'm talking about.
No one says. But Ginger Girl, maybe you can give some dating advices about dating apps and everything, because it's true. I don't use it at all because I don't like it. I don't know, but it's true. Like, in communication right now with guys, like any word, and you like ruin this relationship because you don't like some answer, you don't like some something. So is there any, like, as a professional in apps?
First of all, for people watching or you guys, I've built my own dating app. So I launched a dating app prior.
Yeah.
I had a dating app company, and I also used a lot of dating apps. And I am also the person and an advocate for the fact that dating is a scam. In fact, I hate dating apps. I think they're the worst thing that has ever existed, and they completely like fuck over all the social layers that we have as human beings. But if I would like give advice to people that are using dating apps, here are like my couple of non-negotiables. I don't text. I hate texting because right now, in time when we have ChatGPT and people don't want to think with their own brain, everybody can play a hero on text, but like then I meet you in
Yeah.
real life and you actually have no opinion whatsoever.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. I have that in my bio. I'm like, I don't text. If you want to meet, we'll meet. Then, I usually look for the picture or like the industry of the person. If they're in the like, familiar industry, I like people in the same industry as I work in. So we have something to talk about, like tech, for instance, right? And then a thing I started doing is I hop on a video call because I think I have pretty good sense at this point to like read people, so I can talk to you for like 5 minutes and understand whether we're gonna have a longer conversation than 5 minutes when we go on a date. So if they're open to it, I hop on a call with them. Another thing is like, you know, you have to understand that dating is commitment. So going to dinner or drinks, it's a lot of time. It's a time I could use in order to work for my business.
Yeah,
So a video call, we just hop on a call for 5 minutes. I just sense the energy of whether like we're gonna vibe or not, and then I can see whether I want to go to an actual dinner or
yeah,
drinks. I've actually
that's
tried doing coffee dates before, which I thought is going to be like, 30 minutes, we meet for a coffee, talk a bit, then go home. But most of the times, these coffee dates have turned into like 2 hours and they don't let you go. And they're like, do you want another coffee? I'm like, I'm over caffeinated. Can I leave? So coffee dates are, yeah, not going to work. But, listen, if you're dating, which if you, this is my advice. If you have money to hire a matchmaker, because I'd rather have someone, pay money and pick someone for me and not go through the whole dating thing, because that takes so much time and I don't have time, and it's most valuable asset I have and
why you
everybody
don't
has.
pay and someone will find you a guy?
Sorry?
Why you don't use this service? Like,
Matchmaking?
yeah,
I've actually have used matchmaking services a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
and how it's for you?
Oh, yeah, I've not heard of that.
Like I've been on the other side, because like sometimes their matchmakers would be like, "Oh, we're gonna set you on a date," and then I realized that they would like set me on these unrealistic dates with like people that it would never work out. Like it's one-sided. I'm like, "Why are you doing this?" So yeah, but if it's usually
Mm.
like the person that pays gets the better dates, and like the person who's just in the matchmaking service, they just like send you on a date. But yeah, no, I believe in that. I think like, that's one of the oldest forms. It's like Indian matchmaking or like arranged marriages. I honestly believe in arranged marriages. That's like gonna be a very like big statement, but I really believe in it. I think it's, I think
Why? My parents were arranged. My mom hated my dad, but I'm just curious. That's just my experience. But
yeah.
why, I'm interested in why do you believe in that?
I think that you can you can love anybody and you can work through a relationship. I think that we live in this, there's a story about a guy who was it's just like a legend of a man who wanted to find a cat for his wife. So he went to an island of cats and he saw this cat that was really pretty. Then he sees another cat that's even prettier. And the moral of the story and how the story ends is he never gets back to his wife because he can't stop looking for a prettier cat because every other cat he looks at is prettier than the previous one. And that's kind of the loop where we're in. I'm not saying like if you give me a completely random guy that I'm not physically attracted to at all and you make me like spend, like a year with him and fall in love with him, that's going to happen, but there is a probability. And I think that we're just like so used to like these like worldly things to show off, or we care about finances or looks or things like that. But if we were on a deserted island and all of these like superficial things didn't matter, I really actually believe that you could fall in love with anybody.
Well, it depends how you watch it, because a lot of people, they treat women like something from another planet, like guys already said, right? And they can build the same friendship and relationship like with guys, and they treat you like, oh, you're a woman, and woman like something, and you like, no, I'm a person and I like this, you tell person directly what you like, and they like still, no, but women don't like this, and women, and in their head, like,
Wrong guys, Ira, wrong
and
guys. I
the
don't
same
have
with girls, like,
experiences like that.
the same with girls, they like, men should do this and the whole list, like, but when we talk about personalities, I don't believe in men and women. You just or match or don't match, like, I don't know. And if you watch this at perspective, like men should do this and women should do this, like probably, yeah, you'll match with anyone. But if you're looking for a personality, and I think like in 2025 we're all looking for personalities more than providers, or like I don't know, cleaners or something like that, then it's impossible to match with anyone. I don't know. Or why we
I think there was like an experiment. I don't want to lie. Like I don't remember who was the guy, but there was basically like a 48 question experiment, or maybe less.
yeah, yeah,
Where
yeah,
you
I heard
put
about
two
it.
people in a room and you make them like talk about really deep topics and answer really deep questions, and then there's a like they get I guess not always they fall in love, but they get like so close to each other that it's almost like you can't let go of this person.
On that topic, one of the love languages that you're brought up there is quality time, right? So if you spend time with someone enough to get to know them just casually, you're just spending time, you're meeting them over and over and you're getting to see how they move, what they like. You went to some casual lunch dates, things like that. I think this is leading us all back to the days of courting, taking it easy. Time is is such a value, not
Yeah.
just for our business, but in getting to know someone. Like I said, I've been married now. It's going on. I'll be married this year. We just finished our 17th, and so
Oh
next year will be
wow, is
our
that like
God.
silver
18th.
marriage? Is that considered silver?
I don't know. I just know that I prayed. I did the thing that I
That's
told you
really
all,
cool. Congratulations.
and thank you. I didn't know what I was, I didn't know what I want. I wanted everything. I was like a kid in a candy store. So I'm like, Lord, I can't pick like this cat thing. Like, just settle me down and then send the person that want to settle down. And that's where that mutual commitment comes in. But then I noticed once we start dating, we had so much in common on our drive and our goals and aspirations. They were lining up, and that person is working hard and I'm working hard, and so now if we put two hard working heads together that have the same ambition and goals, this compatibility over time, you start be like, wow, I didn't know this about you. We have so much in common. And then the things that we don't have in common, it's almost like a strength and a weakness. Something that I have that strengthens the other person, and that person have something that I don't have. So you're like, wait a minute, now the two of us are one. So what you have that I don't have, now I got it. And this package just start coming together. But time, this says like a time. They say it heals a multitude of women, but also let you give you the moments to really get to appreciate that person and to understanding on a different level. Now, that commitment and choice, though, those two words right there, that commitment and that choice, choosing to be with someone and have it mutually replicated back to you, reciprocated, I should say, back to you. And this reciprocation is missing. A lot of the relationships that I view, because people come to us, we want to be like you guys, and like we're not a bed of roses. You do have to work through things, but I notice sometimes a lot of relationships are so one-sided. There's a giver and there's a taker. There's no reciprocation going on. Like, I scratch your back, you scratch my back. And I'm like, wait a minute, it has to be where it's a give and take, and it's not going to be 50-50, this thing. I'm talking about, but it's there, this rope-a-dope, it's there. And I noticed that's missing a lot today. And I'm from I was brought up under the British system. So courting someone, meeting, holding hands, talking. For instance, when I would first start dating, we just hold hands, like I said, go to the museum, explore art, some ancient stuff together. And you're going through there, and all your focus is that day is to make sure that you take care of one another, you eat together, you talk, you enjoy the art. But in the small talk is where you're getting to know each other, right? Without even asking in front of a dinner or a coffee date, like this is an interview. No, these other little trips, they kind of bring out that time and space for you to breathe into that relationship. But I'm old fashioned too, so that's my take on it.
Um, I was looking up the silver would be 25 years.
Oh, okay.
But no, it's okay. You're thinking. And I was looking up. It said the 17th anniversary gift is associated with furniture, modern or sometimes amethyst stone. Symbolically, 17 years often represents stability, growth, and deep commitment. You've passed through the teen years of marriage and are in a seasoned, enduring. I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool for you.
Season 17, let's go.
That number 7 too is also a completion, right? That number, and then
prime number too.
8, yeah, and 8 is the new beginning. But guys, I'm not saying it's a bed of roses, right? It's like a garden. A garden, you go out there, you got to prune that flower. You got to dig up the soil. You have to nourish it. You have to. I love music because when we get into arguments, sometimes our Achilles heel is this. I beg you pardon. I never promised you a rose garden along with the sunshine. It's gonna be a little rain sometime. It's like putting food in her mouth. She can't. She's like, "Ugh," right? And but we laugh about it because
I got a gem for my last girl. She was just a treasure. She told me we were going to Long Island to visit my daughter, and out of the blue, she's not random as fuck, but she just said to me, she goes, "Hey, by the way," and we're like 2 or 3 years in. She's like, "If you cheat on me, don't tell me about it." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Why are you bringing that up right now?" Like, because she has no. I've never cheated on anybody. I'm committed, whatever. And I said I would never do that. But why? Why? She goes, "Well, if you cheat on me, and a year goes by, and you feel very guilty, and you're all pent up, and you just gotta get it off your chest because you need to be honest all of a sudden." She was like, "Fuck you." Because now I got to break up with you, and I got to think about the last year and like what my fucking life was. She goes, "If you're gonna do it, either own up to it or don't do it at all." And I thought, what a baller ass based woman. You know what I mean? And of course, she's probably getting this from her guru, who's but that's just. And I didn't see it as a hall pass either, because I couldn't live with myself if I did that anyway. I have friends that do that stuff, in the past, and I don't know how they operate, and how they could operate any further. But I just thought that was brilliant, man. Brilliant.
No, I disagree. I think you need to know about cheating because all bad situations change in you so much, and it gives you so much power that you can use for future improvements and everything. So it's kind of stuff.
I think you're actually missing the point. She's not saying go do it, but she's like saying you have a clear decision to make. If you're gonna go do it, either commit to it and break up with me, or don't do it at all.
Okay. I thought you said to you, don't say that because sometimes girls saying that don't say that if you cheated on me, and I'm like, come on, like what the hell?
She's making a very clear point. If you're ready to live with it, you have a clear decision to make, kind of thing. You're either to live with it because what I don't know won't hurt me, kind of thing. But I agree, like you should know these things, but. She wasn't giving me a hall pass. I didn't see it as that. It was just profound way of thinking at that stage in my life. At any stage, most people think that, Look, here's the thing. I had a friend years ago who had a wonderful relationship. The first time they had met, they happened to do drugs. It was their first date. It was a fluke. The girl didn't really want to do it beyond that, but the guy, he thought because they did it once that he can continue to do that with her. And she was like, "No, I don't want this a part of our relationship. We should have an understanding. It's a partnership. We should understand it, right?" But on Fridays, let's say, he would do this thing without her and keep it from her. But once you have that infrastructure, mentally, emotionally, whatever, that infrastructure, it's going to rear its ugly head. It's like how you do anything is how you do everything. So when you step out of partnership, it's going to fucking end. It's going to end one way or another. And that's the problem in most relationships, whether it's romance, friends, parents, whatever.
Oh, that's such a good phrase. Like how you do anything, you do everything. I will remember this.
I mean, if you're rushing to the red light, you're probably rushing through your decisions. You're rushing through sex. You're rushing through all these, the way you build things. You know what I mean? But it's like, in this script years ago that I sold, the kid asked his father, "What do I need?" He goes, "You need patience." He goes, "Dad, if I pray to God for patience, will I get it?" He goes, "No, he's just going to give you long lines at the bank." Do you understand what that means? Until you're ready to deal with a long
Absolutely.
line at the bank, you're never
You're
going to
so
have
right.
patience.
You're so right about it. You have
It's
to go through
incredible
it.
tools to learn. I'm telling you, like I've lived a long time, and I don't want to just mash up my bags of my past life to just anybody, unless it's an equal opportunity. Hey, we're gonna, I'll use a crass word, but we're gonna smash because we're at a party and we can walk away from this unscathed. That's a rarity. That's a rarity unless you're in that swinging fucking culture where that's okay,
Now,
right?
now, Tony.
But usually somebody in that equation walks away hurt because somebody catches feelings.
Now,
That's my
Tony, do
yeah.
you not to interrupt? Do you believe?
Believe me, I've been around, man.
Do you believe in?
I'm saving myself and other people's from pain until it comes organically, and then we can build. If we can build, that's great. If we can support each other and become friends first, whatever like that, that's great. You
So my
know,
question to you,
and I'm telling you, I'll tell you this: the set or whatever you want to call it is going to be that much better. Believe me.
that do you believe in the psychological, the emotional scars and trauma that some of these devastating breakups, can have? You mentioned earlier, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you keep referencing one of the relationships. I believe you said
It
that
was
this person,
the only reason I
this
referenced it is because it was the only good relationship I've ever had. You
now
know
this
what I
person is married
mean?
now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I want to bring up this psychological, and if there was a if there was someone on here with the medical, well, not with the doctorate behind their name, to talk and speak uh, to the type of emotional scars, psychological trauma that not just love and there's a thin line between love and hate. Yeah, that's what it says. And so these scars, if not uh, I just know there's a lot there, and for the ladies, they say baggage, right? But for the men, it's the same. And so somehow, somewhere, there's some psychological, emotional wounds there that haven't been healed yet. I'm not a therapist. I don't have a license for none of that. But I just know that in moving forward, one has to get over. We learn and we take the history, and we don't want to make that mistake again. But when it comes to love, in order to move on and to bring something fresh in, if we hold on to that thing past, then that person in front of you could be right there. But because of
Oh,
the
yeah.
what did we say to there's something there psychological. I don't know how to put it. I'm not a doctor.
Possibly. Poppy. Um, Possibly. I'm not, and I'm telling you, like I'm ready at any time. If somebody in general, whether it's a friend or a relationship, wants to meet me halfway at the table, I'm all fucking in. Like all this to me is a wonderful pit stop of value to learn, right? So I'm not scared of that, dude. Last week I went to a barbecue, and it was in Venice. I said, I'm going to leave. I just want to go to the beach. I want to, for 10 minutes, I want to get some air on my face and see the sun, whatever. And I met this woman. She just saw me. She was really nice, beautiful woman. And, I wasn't hitting on her, but she was just nice talking to me. And then I said, we're having this barbecue. And she goes, oh, I'll come by. And, I didn't get her number. And she came by, became friends with her. Turns out she liked me. Later that night, she texted me at 2 a.m. I woke up. I was like, she goes, can you talk? I was like, this is odd. I'm not usually, in my life these days, I'm not usually fielding questions at 2 a.m. from women I just meet, And she goes, I wanted to let you know that I'm homeless. So, I mean, she didn't look homeless. She was very clean and beautiful. I can't believe, but she has a husband, an ex-husband, and has kids. And so I had to make a clear decision. Like, she was embarrassed about it, right? But such is my luck that, wow, it happens to me. I don't meet homeless people, but like that, I have a lot of offers, let's say, on the table, but I'm not feeling it, right? And the ones that I have liked, usually 99%, if I like somebody, I'm very specific. I'm not out there to like close deals and shit, but If I like somebody, I'll tell them, and usually it's not reciprocated. And I'm okay with that because I just got here. I just asked them out. They don't owe me anything. It's like applying for a job. If you don't get it, you can't be mad at the company. You just fucking got there. You just interviewed, right? So I just made a decision like, wow, this could be my first relationship, let's say, in a long time. But I'm not going to date a homeless person not because they're homeless, because they're in a different infrastructure right now that I'm not here. I mean, she heard I was in crypto, so she's probably thinking that I have a lot of money, and I don't know. I don't want to judge her, but I can't mix the situation because she just happens to be a beautiful girl that I might have an opportunity with. You understand? I mean, that's my personal take on it. But I'm not,
Guys, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I have to go to dinner.
Yeah.
All good.
Thanks.
Thank
It
you
was
for
lovely hanging out with you.
It's been a
And
pleasure, Ginger Girl. Good to
thank
meet
you
you.
so much. God
Enjoy.
bless.
Enjoy the Hamptons, man. I'm jealous.
Yeah,
I
I
am
will.
absolutely. Look
I
at you in the
will.
Hamptons. Just listen. Okay, go ahead and
All
enjoy
right.
dinner. It's
Goodbye.
have fun.
Have,
Take
fantastic.
care.
I hope everybody has great relationship life till the rest of your days.
Same to you.
and
Same to you.
I hope, Poppy, we have we'll have a live stream when you hit the 25.
Listen. I'm live streaming now in the arena. I just sent you a follow. So no, I do a lot of lives. I'm learning like Ira, but I'm in the arena. But enjoy your vacation. Enjoy your dinner, and I'm
Thanks
pretty
so
sure
much,
we'll
guys.
catch
Have
up.
fun.
God
Okay,
bless. Bye bye.
guys.
bye.
See you.
Thank you.
Guys, last thing is let's choose what is a red flag or what we prefer more or what we don't want in our relationship. You ready? And we ready to finish. And
Well,
then
I can go
Matthew
first
will
with
say
that
something. Okay,
because
a dinner cooked by your loved one. Is it
oh
yes
my,
or no?
oh, that's like kudos. I tell you this right here. Men are very we're not very intricate. Let me say it like that. We're not very intricate at all. I used to say like this, and don't listen. This is just me. A way to a man's heart. It's food, respect, and you already know the other one. I don't even have to say. So yeah, it's on my top three. And I rest.
Okay, a playlist made for you. For me, it's the best. I don't know. I think it's super cutest thing. Star Lord, are you here with us?
Yeah. Wait. What was it that you said?
A playlist made for you, yes or no?
Oh yeah, super green flag. Thank you. Please do that.
Yeah,
Whoever
that's
whoever
cool.
wants.
Eva
Even if you're a guy,
tokens.
just send me a playlist. I love you. Thank you.
Eva tokens on your wallet.
Yeah, but big green flag. We want green candles too.
Big green flag, I agree. An unexpected visit to your home. For me, it's red flag that I absolutely hate. I had
Absolutely
stalkers
red.
in my life, and for me, it's the most pressure thing that you can have. It's your private space.
Yeah, absolutely red.
Yeah, absolutely red.
That's worse than the bear market with blood in the streets.
Yeah, I agree. An NFT that you don't like.
Red flag.
I agree.
I'm just gonna say
Absolutely,
that to be
absolutely red.
controversial.
No, that's yeah.
Spending the whole day at home cuddling.
I like cuddling. I love cuddling. I
No, I
love
can't. I think it's
Not
awful.
not the whole day. No,
well
no.
the whole day. You're not gonna be
Not
like
all day. Not
you're not
all
the
day.
whole
Just a little
day.
bit.
Cuddling don't
We got
work
shit to
like
do.
that.
Can't be cuddling all
Yeah,
day.
No,
Come on.
no,
yeah. No, but to tell you the truth, I have cuddled. You know when I like to cuddle? When Christmas time comes around, you put all the Christmas lights up and stuff. We don't like to take them down, and we watch all kinds of old movies to keep the lights running with the Christmas lights and stuff. And you just get the dips and the chips and all of that stuff. Yeah, you know.
Last one, spending the whole day trading together.
That's a
I,
consolidation. That's a sideway movement.
I haven't done that, but I mean, if we're printing together, if I can imagine, yeah, I mean, I have another desk over here, if I have traded with people at my house before, which has been fucking fun as hell. So if that was a woman. Actually, no, there was a friend of mine who's a woman that came over the other day. I was helping her learn how to trade, and now she's doing pretty well.
Oh
Um,
my God, that's cool. I
yeah,
still
yeah,
can
I'll go
trade.
with green.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's cool. I
Yeah,
agree.
definite green, especially if you're
Playlist.
making money on printing.
Playlist, yeah, dude. I have the largest playlist on Spotify. So playlist, yes, I have like record breaking fucking playlists on Spotify. They're larger than anybody could ever imagine. But yeah, I like
I
that.
have played. So once I asked guys in the comments, on my page to send like if it will be end of the world, what song you would listen, like as your last song. And I made a playlist from all the songs that guys sent to me, and I went walk on the beach and I listened all these last songs, and it was an amazing experience. I really liked it. I still have this last songs playlist. I think it's cool. Okay, let listen maybe last Papi song, and we will say bye to each other on this amazing note, if you don't mind, Papi.
Well, thank you for putting me on the spot. I didn't appreciate it. But anyways, let's do it like this. I wanna love you and treat you right. It's I believe it's fitting, right? I
Yeah.
wanna love you every day and every night. We'll be together, yeah. With the roof right over our head, we'll share the shelter on my single bed. We'll share the same room, eh? While Jah provides the bread. Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? Love that I'm feeling. Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? Love that I'm feeling. Oh, I wanna know, just gotta know now. Say I'm willing and able. So I throw my cards on your table. Oh, I wanna love and treat you right, girl. I wanna love you every day and every night.
I thought you
We'll
said
be
two.
together, yeah, while Jah provides the bread. I know this is love. I can feel your love deep down in my heart, deep down in my soul. It is love, love that I'm feeling. Yeah. Special
But so
dedication to
I
the
thought we
host
all
with the
together
most.
will play in this at the end, but okay, it was in my imagination. Guys, thank you so much everyone for attending this live stream. I can't believe it's hour and 40 minutes because it was like super light to talk with you. I don't know, I just enjoyed this evening, to be honest. Thank you everyone for attending. We're doing this every Friday. Maybe we'll change the time in the future, but yeah, we do it every Friday, sponsored by Eva. Talking is growing right now. Everything is awesome. We believe in Star Lord. He's the best. He builds in the best product. A lot of new projects ahead, and yeah, we're exciting. Star Lord, last words for you.
His head coming in.
I'm sorry I had to jump on this space. I love y'all, and we will be picking a winner for the Eva. I'll be announcing it on the thing. And by the way,
Let's
thanks for the
go.
guest. I love you guys.
Love you too, guys. Bye bye.
It's been a
Bye,
pleasure
next
Thank
week.
meeting
you
each and
Bye,
everyone
everyone.
for
guys.
watching
It's
us.
Troy, Starlord. Good to meet you. Ira, as
Yeah, don't
always.
follow each other. Bye.
The